Hello everyone. Welcome. I'm Jon Binnie, your spiritual psychic mentor here in Scotland. And I'm here today to help you connect in with your heart and to understand more about what's coming up for us around the world over the coming weeks and months. As a spiritual psychic mentor, I also do quantum psychic energy healing, clearing, connecting with people's past lives, connecting with past over loved ones, helping you activate your superpowers, connect with your life purpose, visit your future, your highest timeline, a whole wide range of services. If you're interested in connecting with me, just visit my website, jonbinnie.com. There's all the links in the description below. Okay, so let's get started today, and I'm excited to take you through messages from Mother Gaia, the soul of Mother Earth, and also connecting in with my spirit guides who are from across the universe, archangels, the sun, the moon, and much more. If you're wondering why I'm kind of standing a bit funny, it's because I'm, again, for the second time in a row, my little beautiful dog, Patch, is down below me just now. So I'm standing either side of him. Eventually he'll move. So it'll become easier for me at least. It's just awkward for you guys to watch. So let's go ahead and create a safe space. And what's important about creating a safe space is it's so important because it filters out a lot of the noise, both from me, well, not just my noise, noise that comes into my sphere, into my field, and then also any noise that may be distracting you. And this can be, for your highest good or not. So we're going to block out anything that isn't for your highest good and allow in anything that is. So please join me as we create this safe space together. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain, nice and loud. And breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion that no longer serves us, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly as it feels right for you. And focus your attention now on the very center of your heart, where your golden divine spark of your soul enters your human form. And from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light up through the top of your head, up into the sky, and up into the stars, all the way up through the highest frequencies and dimensions of this universe, until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe, and there connect in your light cord into the highest dimension of source. Remain connected into source, and extend your light cord down to the stars and sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And allow your heart to gently soften and open as it feels right for you. And now this time from the center of your heart, extend your cord of light downwards through the base of your spine and deep into the earth, all the way down through the layers of the planet, going deeper and deeper until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connect in your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. And we send Mother Gaia so much love at this time. Allow her to send her love back. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord back up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now, together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below and your own light, expand out your golden bubble of protective light to surround you, about 2 meters out to each side, above, below, in front and behind, and set the intention that only energies and entities with your permission, your highest good love and compassion can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. Into your safe space, invite in your guides, your higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia, and ask at this time for their guidance, clearing, healing, protection, and assistance with the integration of today's messages. Just allow your heart to continue to gently soften and open as it feels right for you. And now, reassuring our hearts, reminding our hearts of this big, beautiful boundary we've just created around ourselves. And tell our hearts, heart, it's safe to open. Heart, it's safe to open. Heart, it's safe to open. And just imagine your heart chakra gently opening. And this really helps you connect in with your truth, your discernment, today's messages, the receiving of love and energy for your highest good. So please open up as much as it feels comfortable to do so. And now, through space and time, I create a golden protective bubble around all of us who engage with this video today. I create this safe space with the intention that only energies and entities with my permission and the highest good love and compassion of all can see us, access us, or exist in this session space or within us, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. Inviting in my spirit guides, my higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. And I'd also like to invite in the souls of Sun, which is Sol, and also Luna, the moon. And today I would like to just connect in with these beautiful souls that I've invited in to understand messages for the highest good of all at this time to help us through our journeys. Okay, just getting some water. Thank you. So, let's see who would like to share messages with us at this time. Just asking Mother Gaia, who often gets us started in our sessions today, to come forwards to channel any messages to me or through me within this safe space. Mother Gaia says that you will feel this bloom, this energy, especially during our days. You will have been feeling this for recent days. Many of us have been attributing it to the full moon. These energies are a stillness, a build-up, a calm before an energetic storm. And to know that it's important to be aware, she says, of the cycles of nature, the cycles and patterns. And so that's why she's drawing our awareness to the last few days. And it's interesting, so I have solar panels on my home, on the roof, and yesterday was so dark during the day, and okay, it is Scotland, and we are in November, we're now in the 7th of November, that there was this experience of just almost like daytime, a turn to night. And as a measure of that, so at my home anyway, my solar panels through the duration of the day gathered 1 kilowatt hour of energy. And you might not know what that means. It's not a huge amount. You could probably boil an efficient kettle up to about 10 times using that amount. And like a 1 liter each. So you could boil about 10 liters of water. And during the summer, it's about 30 to 38 kilowatt hours in a day. And comparative days, over the last few days, it's been closer to 6 or 7 times that. So about 6 or 7 kilowatt hours. So that was really surprising to me. That was such a shift. And yes, there's cloud cover, and it's not that the weather is so exceptional. It's more that it was the very first thing that Gaia wanted to connect with. Pat just climbing on my feet. Thank you, Gaia. And she says she's working with Saul at the moment, and over the coming days in particular. So Saul, the soul of the sun, and with her daughter Luna, or she often calls her adopted daughter Luna, as a balancing force. So as these ascension waves, these high vibration love energy waves flow from the central universal star, or universal sun, the largest manifestation of source at the center of our universe, through our galaxies, and just feeling that energy into my heart now. It's really interesting at a distance, at quite a distance, right, across the universe. I can feel those waves at their origins. And it takes a nice, safe space, a nice, safe, open heart to feel the sensitivity. And I feel it around here. It's somewhere about the top kind of 20% of my heart chakra. So up towards the top, right up towards love, joy, gratitude. And as I connect with Saul is saying that, so he's just been building up some of this energy. He or they, I kind of have mixed opinions about the gender of Saul, how we identify. I don't want to project a gender onto them that they do or don't want. And it's really beautiful because Saul is saying, look, some of this energy does need to be buffered up, like stored up and then released to the earth. And this is the constant communication that Saul and Mother Gaia are having at this time. And so it's shown within the coming days. So this is during November. The first of what's popularly known as, referred to as the 3 days of darkness, that would get the first kind of blip of that. So the first glimpse of what that's like. And so this is why Gaia is showing us this gloom to begin with. And then Saul is showing this increase in waves coming through, ascension waves going into the sun. And then from these ascension waves into the sun, and the sun buffering up these, like kind of batching up this energy to then release into the earth, it causes like our first kind of global blip. Like we start to see, it's not all placed across the planet at once, because the planet's rotating and also our different infrastructures respond differently. And it feels like at the moment, it feels like a blip for a few hours. I'm really curious, and I know you guys will ask in the comments, so I'll ask as well, is like, why is the sun like batching up its energy? Is it not safer to stream it? So this is a conversation for, or should I say the answer is a combination of the desires, the collective desires of the human race, the collective needs of the human race, Mother Gaia's opinion, her free will, and soul. Together, they have decided that what we need is this global reset. So a reset through, that frazzled, kind of high tension, high anxiety, high stress, high fear volumes of energy. A lot of that needs to be released and purged. And so a global reboot of our energy systems will be a great start to that. And I have just written a song. I'll likely have released it before I post this video. And now seems the good time to just sing to you. That's why I've got my headphones on. Just sing to you the chorus for a moment to help bring this into context. One moment as I put the reverb on. 3 days of darkness, so I can find my light. We come together in the daytime and celebrate the stars tonight. There we go. Thank you for indulging me. So that song, that chorus was just, and thank you so much for your kind comments. That song was channeled this morning from my personal morning meditation, and that's what fuels my high, is Jon videos on my YouTube shorts that I post every day. And then it's also what I create my songs from. And that message is, and it's beautiful to receive, the message is very much a message of love, right? So as I ran this morning, I ran about 5 a.m. in the morning, and I could not really see much of the stars, but some were poking through. My spirit guide, Maya, an earth elemental, said to me, you know that in the 3 days of darkness, you'll be able to see the stars. Like the whole planet will be able to see the stars. It'll be the closest we can safely get to rebooting ourselves, coming back to our hearts. So back to all the free things that are actually the most important things in our lives, which is our love, our self-love for ourselves, love for our loved ones, our health, our bodies, and connecting with the earth, and then every living thing on the earth. Of course, you get to decide what you feel are your priorities in your life. These are the things that we're missing right up at the top of our priorities. And this is what these days of darkness do. They help us come back to those. And I shared a bit earlier in the week. So 2 days ago, I was walking in the Scottish forest, and I was doing psychic tree talk. And the messages there were really reassuring to make sure you just have some water containers for a few days of water, if there's an outage of power and water, for example, use what's left in the taps, etc. Fill up your baths and any containers you have. And then I was also shown, it's up to you whether you have solar or not. If you do have access to solar, make sure you know where you might have a little device or a little solar panel, like a portable one for your mobile phone or things. Just make sure that you have access to them and any batteries charged. Now, there's, as some of you have rightly said about this, what I keep being shown is that, yes, there will be some effect, there'll be some disruption to our energy systems, our power systems, our power grids in different countries. However, it's not like a total destruction, right? So not every electronic device, hence why the term 3 days still resonates. And then what I saw as well is that it starts, so this is the update that I was receiving from Guy just now, is the update is that in November, we'll see this blip, right? So we'll see this, hey guys, look out for this. This is what you will expect. So this will be an outage of a few hours, right? Lightly for a few days, and it will affect like vast areas of the planet, not all at once. And in those times, we'll start to get a feeling for, okay, what's the build up just before it? How does it feel just before it? This kind of almost like the build up before an electrical storm. It feels a bit like that, but it's not in the Earth's atmosphere, right? It's outside the Earth's atmosphere, and it's actually coming from the sun. So it's that feeling of a solar storm coming. And we feel that because our hearts are connected into soul, the soul of the sun, and we can feel it, right? If you remember earlier, I was saying, I can feel these energy waves even before they get to our sun, as they are released from our central star, the universal central star or sun. So it's not surprising that by the time it gets to our sun, that we can all feel it to some extent. And it's that kind of increase, look out for the increase in fear, anxiety, stress, this kind of frazzled feeling. Pay attention to your addictions. So you're feeling like you want to be like more scrolling on your phone, like diving more into different substances or food that you consider an addiction. We can be addicted to anything, right? So just being aware of those, and then be ready for the release. So the release of that energy. And I saw a beautiful dawn this morning and lots of colors in the sky. And it feels like you'll also, witness some of this as well. You'll see more activity in our skies. So this first blip during November, and then the 3 days of darkness, or so it's called. So previously I'd heard that it was anything up to 14 days. I'd also given updates to that saying that it would be kind of like pulses of energy, so that it wouldn't be a total outage for the whole time. But it's like, our systems and our infrastructure would have a chance to recover, and then, would go down again. And the most important reason why this activity is happening now in November is that it's to just help us prepare and show us that there's an end, right? Show us that it's a cycle, it's a recycle or reboot of our electrical systems, in particular on Earth. And this world really needs us humans to just stop for a moment, right? Stop, take a breath. The 3 days or up to 14 days, I'll ask in a moment for some clarity between Sol and Gaia about that. But previously, what we're shown is this kind of starting and stopping, and anything between 3 days to 14 days. So let me just get some water. Okay, and I'll just ask Sol and Mother Gaia about the duration and when is the so-called 3 days, as we're calling it. So I've just asked, in my third eye, I can see Gaia. She's come forwards, and she's actually, her soul has formed into humanoid form, which I sometimes see, and Sol has come forwards as well, more of a large orb, this beautiful orangey, yellow, fiery orb. And just asking them this question. So I'm not sure if I've done this before. They're both asking me, and certainly not done it real time. I know this is recorded, but I've not done this before. They're asking for both of them to step into me, to channel two beings at the same time. Wow, okay. Well, I trust them. But you saw it first on this video. Okay. So just to allow them to enter one at a time and to share messages to answer the questions about the upcoming 3 days plus. We come to you at this time, united as a team with messages for humanity, supporting you on your journeys. Great changes are happening within your hearts. You're calling on the very source of love of this universe to bring in high vibration ascension waves into your heart, into your planet, into your sun, to help change this world. A world that is breaking its own heart. We do not need to share with you the detail of the destruction the human race has caused and continues to cause. Just know that this is not sustainable. And like any good parents, any good partners, it's time for us to work more actively with you to bring yourself back to your hearts and what you truly wish and what you truly need and desire as a human race. We do not seek destruction of the human race, despite the human race's destruction of itself and the planet. What we come here today in front of you through Jon to share is that this recycling, this stop and pause of your systems of control, the dark matrix, the matrix of your societal programming, your economics, the very systems that you believe you desperately need to survive. And yet you survived for thousands of years before these systems. It is time for these systems to be shown to be what they really are. They are simply technologies that support you in your lives. You do not need these to live or survive. Once upon a time, you used to speak to the sun for more warmth. Once upon a time, you used to speak to the earth, also for warmth and shelter and protection. And yet, hundreds of years ago, you began stopping that conversation. That conversation with the earth and sun and moon is now very limited to a small number of you. So we ask of you in these moments, as Jon beautifully sang, in the days of darkness that come, there are beautiful lessons to learn. You will learn them with an open heart, or you will fear them with a closed heart. If you enter these lessons with a closed heart, you may experience even more troubles ahead of you, because instead of reconnecting with your sovereignty, your own autonomy, and your own empowerment, you will reconnect with your fear and dependency upon those who supply you with the very systems that bind you and control you. Technology can coexist with nature. It is part of the tools created as you are nature. So please remember that there is a future of harmony between humans and every living thing across this world. This energy from the sun must be released into earth. It is destined under the command of Source to arrive into your hearts, into the planet, because it is an acceptance and acknowledgement and upon the instruction of every human's free will. Your free will next is to decide whether you stay in fear or stay in love. And for those of you that choose love, we will shine. We will shine these stars at night for you, with your street lights out or low, with the lights in your buildings off or low. The sky, the stars will pop out at you. And yes, your galactic brothers and sisters will shine even more brightly, and they are here to support you. They are your big brothers and sisters from across this universe. They're not here to take you over. They're not here to farm you or manipulate you or control you. Please use your discernment with every being that you connect with. When you look to the sky, during these days of darkness, you will see what your ancestors once saw. You will see a universe teeming with life. You will feel what your ancestors once felt. Yes, sometimes colder than you are used to, and yet you'll still be safe and warm, remembering to make good use of all the clothing, bedding, and insulation you have, depending on where you are in the world. You will also be given plenty of water. Talk to the earth, talk to Gaia, talk to the elementals of earth if you need more. Just ask. Just ask for more. If you need more shelter, more protection, more safety, also ask. Ask the earth. Ask your friends and family and loved ones. And also ask your galactic brothers and sisters, your extraterrestrial friends. And finally, this is a time to come together. Keep a close eye on your neighbors. See where you can offer to help. There are strong bonds that form between you, your neighbors, your streets, your communities. They'll never forget that time in their life when they were in need and you stepped forwards to assist them. They'll never forget it. It's like a gift you place in their heart. And every time they think of you and see you, from that moment on, they will always think of you as generous, kind, and loving. And know that you will always be replenished and rewarded for whatever you give away, you will receive even more of. And finally, as this reboot, as this recycle progresses through November and December, know that you'll start the new year ready to face some of the very things that you're most scared of losing or the cost of having to pay for. Remember, this world is abundant. The sun is abundant. Moon is abundant. It is only your fear that ignites your greed that drives you to feel that you are not abundant. We leave you with this love. Please keep talking to us, the sun, the earth, and the moon. Thank you. And just ask them to come out to me now. Wow, wow, thank you. I could feel both Sol and Gaia on either side of my heart, which was, well, that's an experience I can tell you. Thank you. Okay, so a little reminder of thank you so much to Sol and Gaia. Thank you to Patch. Patch is also moved, so I can move around easily. I can dance. And I really wanted to do like a little video of, maybe I will tomorrow, of Mini Binnie me. It's like, hello, I'm Mini Binnie me. If you see him in my YouTube shorts and saying, don't panic, everyone, we're going to be fine. And it's true. Don't panic. You know, we've seen big storms, right? Recently, and people coming together from communities and from around the world to support each other. And my heart goes out to, you know, those that have been affected. You know, the storms in Jamaica, Philippines, you know, to mention a few, and anyone that's been affected. Excuse me, whether you're watching this or whether you know someone, just remembering that we're all in this together. We're all in this together as a human race, and we're not here to fight and destroy each other through our fear. We're here to overcome these challenges that are presented to us. And you know, one of the big themes that if you watch my 8-year predictions video, one of the big themes that is shifting so dramatically for the earth and for all living things is a progression towards unity. You know, loving each other, loving our neighbor, love thy neighbor, not, you know, be scared of or feel fearful or defend ourselves against each other, right? So as a reminder for some of the things that are that that it previously predicted, and I'll just ask my spirit guides this time if there's any updates through November and December. So there was the themes of truths. We started to see that coming out in October, and the revelations around the Epstein files. And I'm just asking my spirit guide Maya, any updates on truths? She's saying yes. Right now, we're on a timeline. We, as in you watching this, and me, we're on a timeline where there's another like big revelation to happen, and it seems linked, like not totally directly linked to the Epstein files, but it's like part of it. It's like going to overlap with it. And it relates to a world leader through in December. And I don't have a name for that. And as you can probably tell, the higher up this goes in our hierarchies, the greater the risk to the hierarchies of our planet. Which I feel is good to challenge these things, right? I would love to think that in the future we'll never allow ourselves to repeat these same mistakes. So more truths to be revealed going into December. Awakenings accelerating, that came up as a theme in our live stream yesterday. Alive every Monday and Thursday with your quantum psychic Akashic readings, clearings, healings, and loads more requests. And we had the wonderful Sonia Ross on, and earlier in the week, MJ from Alta Love. And it's lovely. My guide Maya is drawing me to Three Eye Atlas and saying that's still a big trigger for awakenings for people. And it's the fact that Three Eye Atlas is a key as it comes into our awareness. Many souls have said when that thing comes into our awareness, that's when we wake up, which is fantastic. So it's not, each of our individual awakenings, and I really resonate with this at an individual level, they're not predicated on a date, right? They're not predicated on a specific, like, global event for many of us. It's more like that event that happens, such as Three Eye Atlas being in our awareness and driving a lot of discussion and driving our consciousness, drawing our attention up to the space and stars like, oh, I wonder what this is. This looks different. It feels different. It's exciting. Being aware that is the soul blueprint, if I can say it, where our souls have said, on that awareness of that object, that's when I go through my open heart awakening. And remember that everyone, right? No one knows, right? That everyone's included in awakenings. So every single person gets to choose. Every soul gets to choose before they incarnate. And within an incarnation, you also get to choose. You still have your free will individually. And remembering that for all those things and all those people in the world that just seem so firmly stuck in their views and that they'll never change, remember that if their soul or they decide to go through their open heart awakening, they will completely revolutionize themselves and their lives, right? Just as I have. I've been in software for 26 years and 8 years at Amazon as a senior software manager in software and AI. This job is totally different now. And I love this job. I'm totally transformed. Okay, and any other updates? Just scanning through the list, November, December. Oh yeah, there was the Penfield, Illinois UFO crash. I did take a note between the 9th and 16th, so we're really close to that. Really interested, is that still going to happen? Just asking my spirit guides, including my Mantis guide, who's part of the Galactic Federation. It's interesting. So my Mantis guide, Marita, she's saying she doesn't have hands, right? So she kind of has these like claws, and she's saying it's like touch and go whether it happens in that time frame, because as we first heard about it, is caused by an accident. And she's saying that there is like a series of free will steps, and this is true for all predictions, right? But for this one, there's a series of steps where it seems that repair work either will or won't happen ahead of those times. So it's just a couple of days before we enter that window. And I did get lots of questions about it from people in the area. Just want to clarify any risk to people's safety. And Marie says, no, it's guided. And she says, so it's crash landing, or is there another term for crash landing where it's like an unscheduled landing? Because it does this ship we heard is the spaceship is about 2 buses in length, so it's not insignificant size. But it doesn't like just fly down to Earth like some meteor and like crash into the Earth. It's much more of a partially controlled crash landing. And Marita's saying, so, and she's a Mantis guide who works for the Galactic Federation. She's saying, we are keeping an eye on that ship in particular because we know about its risk. And so she was showing me what feels very much like something out of, is it Star Trek? Like a traction beam like thing, where she's saying that if there's any risk to life, they'll make sure that they move the ship out to rural areas. So out into fields is what I'm being shown. And I was just like, I'm like, Marita, please, like, tell me, will it happen? Won't it happen? And she's just saying, this is it. Like, this is how predictions work, right? They're not a fact. They're a prediction of a fact coming, right? And we all get to choose what our own truths are. And some of what I'm sharing, you will and won't resonate with. So it's totally up to you. And then a quick reminder of what's coming up in 2026. And we heard in Q1 previously that, so the first 3 months of the year, that there'll be the spring of humanity, including ET contact, and the contact is with us. Q2, so into spring coming up to summer, the 5D, fifth dimension split begins and accelerates. Q3, so the summer and up towards the last 3 months of the year, purging and a lot of these like continued themes of truths and people receiving justice for them. And then into the last 3 months of 2026, the path to the fifth dimension being shown clearly to people through the fourth dimension. So a lot of us who are deciding to move on to the fifth dimension can continue on that path and have a journey to go through it. We all get to choose. Excuse me. Any other messages? My spirit guides. My spirit guide Maya, she's saying, please be safe and focus on your self-love and your own calm, and really look out for yourselves and your loved ones. And although, there's a theme with some of these predictions, and some of you might have come to these videos for this reason, sometimes these videos become addictive, right? Because when something ignites fear within you, you're like, oh, that fear, I need to worry about that thing. And there's these lower vibration emotions anything's addictive, right? But these lower vibration emotions are addictive. So please do, whenever you connect with material like mine or others, just feel into your heart, how does that really feel for me? Does this feel true for me? Yes or no? This is what I ask my heart. I just place my left hand on my heart and say, heart, is this true for me? And just allow that energy in my heart either to come up to the top as like a loving, joyful yes, that, high excitement, or the low vibration emotion as a sinking feeling and fear. And it's like a no. It's like, oh no. It's like, yes, it's true for me. No, it's not true for me. And remembering, as I've shared in previous videos, there's not one timeline. There's not one timeline. And there's not one free will at play here. There are multiple timelines and there's billions of us, literally, like we all have our own free will. So we all get to choose our emotions. And remembering that as you choose your emotion, whether you're happy, joyful, high vibration and loving, and more positive, you will be matched with that reality, with that timeline, with those events in your life. And then if you're in a more fearful state and you're feeling lower, sad, fearful, shameful, angry, then your reality around you will reflect that also. And so, this work that we do on ourselves, because it's hard to stay happy all the time, right? And it's a very natural thing for us to seek happiness. And it's really down here in the lower vibrations, the tougher challenges that we have, the fear aspects that we really need to focus on working on. So facing our fears, share something that you're scared of every day with someone else, and use those words. Say, I am scared of. Let me think of something I'm scared of doing today. It seems so small in comparison to what we've been discussing. I have a 6-meter motorhome, which is RV motorhome, and it's 2.5, not quite 2.5 meters wide, sometimes difficult to park. And I know this afternoon I'll be driving up towards the city, or to another town that's really busy, and trying to find a parking space. And that was the first thing I leapt to, is like, I am scared of trying to find a good parking space because my vehicle's too big for most parking spaces. And I am fearful that I annoy other people and I upset them, and that I'm selfish for having, it's our only vehicle, right? So I have to use it. But you don't need to explain your fear, right? You can be scared of anything, spiders or clouds or the Hulk or whatever it is you're scared of. So sharing that fear is lovely because it helps raise up. I feel a lot better about mine already. It raises up out of shame and up out of your, the deepest, darkest parts of you. And you can begin to face them, especially when we share them with others. We often feel prompted to. Okay, so I'm going to bring today's video to an end. I'd like to thank our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia, and every soul that's participated in today's session. And I'd like to ask, and also I'd like to thank Sol and Luna, and asking each of us to remain in our individual protected bubbles for as long as we choose, and to leave the shared session space. I close the session down and return to Source. We'll never return here again. Please do drink as much water as it feels right for you. Get plenty of rest. Look after yourself. In the moments, there'll be little links, little boxes turning up here in the video. So please feel free to get started with my free meditations. I have my 5D Ascension classes and my Heart Aligned Business Alchemy free training sessions every week, alternating. I also have my predictions, videos, playlist, and some great new content every day. So please do follow me. Feel free to book me for a one-to-one. And it's exciting to support you on your journey. Thank you so much. And I'm sending so much love from Scotland. Take care. I love you. Bye.